What are you guys talking about?
When we have a surgery and we got hurt or we fell down.
Say hi! Kara!
About 2 months ago, I decided to purchase a camcorder.
Thanks for being part of this purchase.
Wow.
And since then, I've been shooting with it almost every
Alright, so
single day.
this is day 1. Happy anniversary naman dyan. Grabe. It is the 3rd day. Anong day na ba? Day 5? Day 6 of shooting.
But without meaning to, I ended up buying 2 of these because I made one important mistake. So in this video, I'm talking about what that mistake was so you can avoid it and my experience of buying a camcorder online from camerastore.com. I was extremely excited and giddy when the camera arrived. The problem was,
I still have no way of getting the videos out of this one and into my computer.
the Sony DCR SR72 didn't record videos onto the memory card.
First bought this one because of the CCD sensor, right? However, when I got it and I shot with it, I realized there was no way for me to transfer the footages I got from it into my computer without the dock.
Which obviously I didn't know about. So I went back to the website and looked for another Sony Handycam that came with a dock and very quickly reached out to them on Instagram and told them about the situation. After about a day, they told me to send them an email, and I will say that their response time is very good. They sent me instructions on how to package the camera and how to send it back and everything.
By the way, if you didn't know it yet, my book Mastering Video Content Creation is already available today. It's a book that we divided into 3 chapters that we called Consume, Create, and Curate, which I think is what we as creators spend most of our times, if not all of our time with. Inside, you'll find some of my most used editing techniques and answers to life's most important questions like which camera to get and how to price your work. So be sure to check the link in the description box below of this video to order a copy today if you haven't yet. And I just also wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to everyone who's gone ahead and pre-ordered months back. It really means a lot and I really appreciate it. So if you haven't yet, I hope you can check it out, maybe buy a copy or 2, give it to a friend so that my publishers are also happy and they might maybe want to work with me in the future or something. But yeah, I hope you guys can check it out. It would mean a lot, and yeah, thank you. Now let's go back to this video. So the dilemma right now is I'm trying to figure out which of these 2 I will send back. Now, even though these cameras are kind of the same, they're also very different, and their differences are enough to really make you think about like which one to keep. This one, like I said, has a CCD sensor and everyone is kind of going crazy for CCD sensors right now. And this has a much more usable focal range, I would say. It's wider on the wide end and it's tighter on the long end, so it can zoom further away, and it's workable when I'm trying to vlog with this and holding it at arm's length like that. Whereas this one is tighter on the wide end and shorter on the long end. However, when it comes to looking at the video quality of these 2 cameras, I did notice a difference in quality, surprisingly. This definitely had a little bit more detail to it than this one, but not too sharp. Right now, the issue is I really wanted to get a Handycam because of, you know, the nostalgia factor and kind of, I'm not really looking for sharp image, right? My problem is the footages that I got with the SR72E kind of feel like they're of a lesser quality than where I would want it to be. I feel like they were taken with an old phone. The early days of phone cameras where it's like low quality, it's not really detailed. Whereas this one looks more like a VHS tape. Right, so it's a little bit sharper, but it's not too sharp, so it's still not, you know, it's not high quality. So it kind of looks like a VHS tape, which I think is what I would like my videos to look like when I shoot with a Handycam. One thing that I did notice on the SR72 is it suffers from a lot of chromatic aberrations. The flaring isn't exactly appealing. Whereas with this one, definitely a lot less chromatic aberration, and a lot less flaring. And I think that it has to do with the D-Star coating, right? This one has a D-Star coating, this one doesn't. They're both Carl Zeiss lenses, however this one does have the D-Star coating. Now the dilemma is, do I pick the usable focal range based on what I'm planning to use Handycam for, or do I keep the one where the quality looks like exactly what I'm looking for? I don't know the answer yet. But definitely I will be needing to send one away or sell one of these because I don't need two Handycams.
I decided to keep the SR290E because I prefer the slightly better looking image it produced. And to address the issue of the focal length, particularly on the wide end, I managed to find a 37mm 0.6x wide angle macro lens converter. So if you're worried about these camcorders not having a wide enough focal length, as most of them do, then I suggest looking for a wide angle converters like this one. Just be sure to double check the filter size of the lens and do a computation because they also come in different magnifications. It's been a couple of months since I've had my camera, and unfortunately at the time of making this video, I'm actually in the process of sending it back to Camera Store for repairs. I took it to a photo walk and meetup here in Vienna a couple of weeks ago, and it started acting up really weird and not focusing, so I wasn't able to use it. But because of how pleasant my experience reaching out to the Camera Store team was, I didn't hesitate to ask them what we could do about it, and I was very surprised to know that even though I was past the 30-day refund policy, the camera came with a 6-month warranty and they'd be more than happy to repair it. So I sent it back and I'm hoping it comes back better.
So I just needed to make this quick insert because as of today, I just got an email from camerastore.com, and unfortunately they won't be able to repair the camera. They're saying it's just how the camera is, but they are willing to refund me, so it's pretty much up to me at this point. And I think I might have to do it. I might just get the refund and then look for another camcorder. I really see how I can insert it into my own workflow. So yeah.
If I had to do it all over again, I'd go for an even more compact model so it becomes easier to carry around, put in my bag, and maybe something that wouldn't need a dock for even more convenience. Not necessarily a newer, higher megapixel model, but something with a bit more convenience and newer electronics so I wouldn't have to worry about mechanical issues. I will say that using a camcorder has had an overall positive effect in my own content creation. I've really enjoyed not having to worry about VNDs, shutter speeds, ISOs, and having to plug in a microphone. Using a camcorder is really as easy as pointing and shooting, and it's basically become the camera I end up using when I want to film something with my phone. And after having used modern mirrorless cameras for more than 5 years now, the ease of it all was a welcome change. It got me to focus on being more in the moment, plus these cameras can do something better than any of the modern cameras right now can. And that's making your videos feel like a warm memory. My name is Justin, and if you made it to this part of the video, I want to say thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.